On the Newshour debate tonight, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi represents the Congress. The BJP is represented by Nirmala Sitharaman, G.N. Ratanpuri and Abdul Rashid Shaheen, members of Parliament and a leader of the NC respectively. They are joining us from Srinagar. Thank you very much. Samir Kaul, spokesperson of the PDP, and we'll be joined by the Samajwadi Party's Kamal Farooqi as well. Now, let's throw the ball open today in our debate by asking Abdul Rashid Shaheen. Mr. Shaheen, why did your government not act in time? There is enough proof which has now accumulated to prove that the Omar Abdullah government knew that the trouble was simmering in Kishtwar. What was holding your government back?
I have been hearing to these statements for the last more than 20 years, that whenever we did a right course, right action, there were always critics to say that action has not been taken, it was not in time, it was not proper, it was not competent. Very unfortunate situation is there. I would like at this occasion all the men from press and politics and different groups, they should unite and have a consensus to stop this.
Mr. Rashid, the call for unity is not a replacement for inaction. There was an objection to people during the Kalash Yatra. One minute. On the 29th of July, on the 29th of July, 2 youth were injured after there were objections to the Kalash Yatra in the town. On the 7th of August, Gilani said that Muslims in Jammu region are being threatened. He asked people to go out and protest against the village defense committees after the Eid prayers. Why did your government at that point of time not act?
You see, for the last 20 years, such things are happening in Valley also, and unfortunately it has happened in the other part of the state also. But you don't tell us that after every movement we'll have to call army, and even within minutes time we should be able to get the garrisons of army around. Army also takes little time. And there
were no arrests till this afternoon. There was no arrest till this afternoon. No, there was no arrest till this afternoon. Even the post-violence reaction left much to be desired. The first arrest was made in Kishtwar despite repeated requests for strict law enforcement. I'm asking you tonight, what was holding you back?
Many things. Nobody has held us back. We have taken appropriate action, and that.
No, you haven't.
I must tell you, my dear, my dear, you have been always talking like that, and I know that your flank is always to corner our party and to corner our chief minister. We have been fighting a big battle in this part of the valley, right, for the last 20 years.
You know,
Dr. Abdullah, when Dr. Abdullah was chief minister, you were talking the same thing. That
Mr. Shaheen, there were intelligence reports 10 days ago. There were intelligence reports 10 days ago warning of possible communal violence in the area. Instead of trying to attack me in turn, why don't you tell me? There was another input just a day before the incident.
What should I
Your government did not act on the inputs. Why did you not act on the inputs?
We should expect from all patriots of this country to help us this time to stabilize the situation.
I think Mr. Shaheen, why aren't you answering for your incompetence? Mr. Shaheen, you know, the first point is this.
Who will decide our incompetence?
Well, it is evident.
Goswami can do it. Can you decide the...
1 minute, Mr. Shaheen.
Can you see...
Mr. Shaheen, can you deny that your state government had received intelligence alerts of possible communal clashes in Kishtwar? Were several incidents not reported last month which signaled tension in the area? Were there not inputs which were provided to your government 10 days ago? Was another input not sent a day back?
Did the intelligence agencies give you also the report?
Well, the information is with me and it is all over the media, Mr. Shahid. If you have no answers, you can tell me now that we have no answers for all of this.
Get these informations?
This information is widely available to everyone but to your government and your chief minister, Mr. Shaheen.
I have never seen the forces who are criminalizing the situation.
You see, Mr. Shaheen,
who are working for the trifurcation of the state.
Mr. Shaheen, I now open this up. You see, if Mr. Shaheen, you choose to be blind, Mr. Shaheen, if you choose to be blind to the reality,
which the RSS and others engaged in Jammu.
Mr. Shaheen, why are you pretending? Why are you? One sec. I'll just tell you one thing, Mr. Shaheen. Remember one thing. We too have our ears on the ground. We also know information, and you should correct yourself before you speak, because there were clashes. There were clashes as well as incidents of stone pelting on Thursday night.
My government is very well connected to the information system.
Well, if you want to give yourself a clean sheet, nobody is going to believe you. If you're going to give yourself a clean sheet, nobody is going to believe you. There were clashes.
We have done.
Mr. Shaheen, were there clashes on Thursday evening? Were there clashes on Thursday evening?
Yeah.
Were there posters of Maqbool Bhatt and Afzal Guru which had been put up in the area?
Yeah. What was it?
Were there pictures of Afzal Guru, posters of Afzal Guru and Maqbool Bhatt put up in the area with pictures of Shabir Shah as well? Did you take down the posters? Did you act?
I cannot deny.
There you are. If you cannot deny, then don't try and counter-attack.
Who plead independence, who talk about it, we hold them, we fight back, we put.
That's the point. You see, Mr.
We work for.
You see, Mr. Shaheen, you have not been elected. Your government has not been elected to give a long rope to people who preach independence from the Indian state. You have been elected to uphold the values and the sovereignty and integrity of the Indian state, not compromise with it. Let me get Nirmala Sitharaman in. Nirmala Sitharaman, the charge against you. Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, the charge against you is, why did Arun Jaitley have to try and visit the state when the situation had not been brought under control yet? Why were you trying to play with fire?
Why did he come? Why should he come?
Let me ask Nirmala Sitharaman here. Let's hear her. Ms. Sitharaman.
Politics can wait. Politics can wait.
In the Rajya Sabha,
can wait
and as a responsible leader in the parliament, to go and see what exactly has happened there, to find the facts there. What stops anybody from going, and particularly a person who is the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha?
I know that.
So I think the Jammu and Kashmir government, instead of stopping people from going there, should actually help in showing what has happened and let the facts come out. What is wrong? These are responsible leaders who are leading the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, in the parliament, and earlier there are instances when people have gone to parts where there has been affected situation like this. Hasn't Mrs. Sonia Gandhi gone to Gujarat when the
Mr. Shaheen, allow her to speak.
Stopped?
Mr. Shaheen, 1 minute. Mr. Shaheen, just listen through to Nirmala Sitharaman. Just listen through to Nirmala Sitharaman. Ms. Sitharaman, just one quick counter to that. I remember that when Digvijay Singh, I think was stopped by the Madhya Pradesh government in 2008 when he was trying to visit Indore after some communal riots there. And at that point of time, your government called it a political stunt. So how come you have a different rule for Madhya Pradesh and a different rule for Jammu and Kashmir? How is it okay for Arun Jaitley to visit Kishtwar but not okay for Digvijay Singh to visit Indore?
Can be different, I told
No, my question is to Nirmala Sitharaman, sir. I am asking Nirmala Sitharaman, I am asking the BJP. Just bear with me. Bear with me, sir. Bear with me. Nirmala Sitharaman.
It will help if I am not obstructed by the keenness of the National Conference spokesperson, who actually should be asking his government as to why, if nothing is so concerning and if they are able to effectively manage, they should stop the leader of the opposition from going. You may ask me a question of Madhya Pradesh. I am also raising the issue on which the Chief Minister sits on judgment about Gujarat. Sonia Gandhi ji went to Gujarat. Was she stopped? And remember, when the violence in Gujarat happened on 28th February, and February has 28 days, 1st March, you had team of leaders going, called People Front, eminent leaders, members of parliament visiting Ahmedabad. They were allowed to go around everywhere. And
you didn't answer my question.
Went on 8th March.
You didn't answer my question.
Went over to Godhra.
You didn't answer my question. I'm going to Abhishek Singh. You didn't. My question was, My question was, is it not the discretion of the state government to take a call or not on whether VIP visits there will exacerbate the situation on the ground and therefore curb it? So your government stopped Digvijay Singh from visiting Indore. The Jammu and Kashmir government stopped Arun Jaitley from visiting Kishtwar. It's the same logic that I'm throwing back at you, and I'm not getting a clear answer from you.
No, you will get an answer, first of all, for the Chief Minister who has been quoting wrong things. And the father of the Chief Minister has also been incorrect in quoting things in the Parliament. I want to put that record straight, because he goes on tweeting without managing what is happening in Kishtwar and tweeting wrong things and tweeting incorrect facts. And that has to be put right, first of all.
No, again, I'm not getting an answer.
First of all, a constitutional... Wait a minute, Arnab. You may raise a lot of issues. But the Chief Minister, who has gone on record through the Twitter, saying... No, if you want me to keep quiet, I'll keep quiet. But this program, your viewers expect the BJP to answer the Chief Minister, who has not done a decent job of what should be done in Kishtwar, but has the time to tweet about another Chief Minister who's a elected constitutional head in some other state. Is he sitting on judgment on somebody else? That year, February 28th, when the whole clash started happening, within an hour, Chief Minister Narendra Modi calls a press conference and announces that the army has been called. And within 24 hours, army was deployed. And that is covered by the media too.
No. One minute. Nirmala Sitharaman. No. Nirmala Sitharaman, I'm going to the Congress party. I do remember that I have a report of the 2nd of March which says a group of members of parliament who tried to visit the riot-hit areas were denied permission by the state police and had to return to Delhi.
No,
and they were denied permission because the state government said it was not safe for them to visit the riot-hit areas yet. But that's not the question. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, we can... No, my question is to Dr. Singhvi. Let's get the Congress in.
You can't get away by saying something which is incorrect.
No, I'm not saying something that is incorrect. I have the facts with me.
March 1st. No. These are very critical facts and you can't say things partly correct and leave the rest.
Well, I don't know where. No. You must hear the other side. I'm seeing Dr. Singhvi want to contradict you.
You can't.
Let him contradict you.
I'm sure Dr. Singhvi will want to contradict me.
He hasn't even spoken yet.
That, the incorrect... No, wait a minute. You've said something which is wrong, or no? I can't allow you to go like that.
What is wrong in what I said?
You also have your facts correct.
Yes, my facts are absolutely correct.
The members of parliament, listen to me for a minute and then correct yourself, or you say you're right.
Yes.
But listen to me first,
yes, please. Go ahead.
People's Front or some name of that kind, members of parliament, I'll name them also, reached Ahmedabad on the 1st. They went around Ahmedabad. And on the 2nd, certain areas which got very tense, they were probably not allowed to go there because on the 1st they went around everywhere.
So that's the point.
So are you denying
fine.
That?
Fine. See,
are you denying that they were already visiting Ahmedabad and going around places?
Well, you know,
contradict that.
You know, Miss.
And that was covered in Times of India.
You see, now, Miss Sitharaman, the point here is you didn't answer my first question. But anyway, I'll move on to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. My first question was something, but my broader question is, why are we bringing in Gujarat when we are discussing Kishtwar, Abhishek Manu Singhvi?
Absolutely.
What is, how will Omar Abdullah raising Gujarat on Twitter and Farooq Abdullah raising Gujarat in Parliament help the situation in Kishtwar? Isn't that an obvious and clear, blatant attempt to cover up the existing, the incompetence of the present, Dr. Singhvi?
And even then giving...
No, let him answer now.
I hope you will at least...
I'm sure.
I hope you will allow me my 120 seconds at least without your own interruption, Arnav. I'm very terrorized by your interruption.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. Please don't be. Yeah.
Now, the first point is we have to be all... some amount of statesmanship in a situation like this. There's a communal situation there, and all of us, including the anchor, have to do everything possible not to conflagrate. I mean that not as a sermon, not as a pious hope, but as a real statement. Second, I certainly agree with you 100%. Two wrongs can't make a right. If Mr. Modi acted despicably there, the fact that things happen late there cannot justify things happening late in Jammu and Kashmir, and I don't think Mr. Omar Abdullah can mean that, or if he meant that, that can be justified. That's not the point at all. Two wrongs don't make a right. Thirdly, I am the Congress party. I am neither Mr. Abdullah nor Mr. BJP. I am entitled to use my own idiom. My point is very clear. The government of Jammu and Kashmir must do everything within its power to have an immediate, impartial, independent inquiry of stature and have a report out in days and maximum weeks. That is the only thing necessary to
How does an inquiry help? How does an inquiry help when you've given them a long rope?
Please. The question, 1 minute, there's no question of long rope.
You did give them a long rope.
If there was, I'm not even ruling out delay. If there is a delay in deploying forces, there must be an inquiry.
Really?
But nothing, Arnab, nothing said by anybody can justify the blatant act of irresponsibility by the BJP and worse still by its senior leadership in wanting to enter Kishtwar on the very next day. I am asking you a simple question, Arnab, through you. There is a communal situation there.
Yeah.
3 Indians have died irrespective of community.
Yeah.
All of us can visit. Nobody is stopping you. All of us must visit. But is it necessary for you, me or anybody else in this country with 37 political parties or 45 political parties to visit within 48 hours? How can that possibly have any relevance? And Mr. Omar Abdullah has been 100% right in banning entry irrespective of political
Okay,
color.
2 counters. Can I have 2 counters?
To Mehbooba or to Arun Jaitley or to.
Okay.
And therefore, simple. 1 minute.
I want 2 counters.
Shows a very high degree of political opportunism, political expediency, and
then you must answer.
And irresponsibility.
Then you must answer.
For a party which called itself responsible to want to go into Kishtwar within 24 hours.
Okay, I
haven't heard an answer for that yet.
Okay, one second. Samir call.
Last point.
Samir call, you want to come in? Otherwise, am I allowed a counter?
I was in the Rajasthan. 1 second. Arnab, 1 second.
Am I allowed a counter
today for a large part of the debate?
Sir, lot of those on the debate want to counter you.
For a large part of the debate. In the galleries, we sat and discussed how, apart from the MP's delegation, Sonia Gandhi was denied entry into Gujarat till the 4th day. Please check your records. They're on. You can Google it right now. We discussed this today, and if you want a better source from Gujarat, you can.
I have a counter who's not spoken. Samir call of the PDP is countering you, sir. I have 2 counters myself. But I will first, once in Nirmala, I think we should now let Samir call and Mr. Ratan Puri haven't spoken yet. Let them come in. Kamal Farooqi joins the debate, then we'll take it forward. Right? Samir call, your rebut to the Congress. Please go ahead. Or to the NC.
With the permission of the esteemed panelists here, can I humbly warn them that they should stop presenting this charade and practicing politics over the spilt blood of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. I think we have got to take it that far and no further. Is there anything about prevention? Why are they talking about the army coming in later or sooner? Have they not heard about the CID and the IB reports? It's common knowledge. Is there anything called as prevention in this whole thing? And how have they reacted to it? A complete mismanagement. And it's not about Pakistan this time. It's a complete local failure of administration, and particularly at the face of crisis. That is what it was in 2010 also. And that time also BJP stuck a different code. It was about Pakistan. And for Mr. Singhvi, he keeps talking about these commissions and inquiries, sir. What happened to the commissions of Haji Yusuf murder, about Tufail Mattu, about Vamik Farooq? These commissions have a meaning when the government in question has a credibility. My friends, there is a complete loss of credibility in this situation and nobody believes you. And for God's sake, have you forgotten the cash for vote scam? And haven't the 2 parties that have taken 2 opposing ends today actually traded money, and don't the BJP MLAs today stand?
No, let's not go off track. I'm taking a response. Mr. Ratan Puri answers that question. 1 minute. Mr. Ratan Puri answers Samir call. Mr. Ratan Puri, he raises the question once again about the CID information now. 1 second, gentlemen. 1 second. My information is that the Jammu and Kashmir police provided the government of Jammu and Kashmir clear inputs about 10 days before the incident happened. Now, your home minister was camping, who was sacked today or he resigned. He was camping in the area. You had CID information. There were anti-India posters put up, and yet this happened. Mr. Ratan Puri, answer Mr. Kaul.
Honored, I am fortunate to have my senior colleague, Mr. Abdul Rashid Shaheen, on the panel. I believe that he must be more informed than me about all what you have said. The irony is that the information that you are privy to, I don't know anything about it.
Your state government also knows nothing about it?
Parliament. Yes.
Then
I don't know
compounding it by being ignorant as well.
But yes.
Ignorant, completely.
I would. You can give me the privilege. You can give me the privilege of articulating a most popular public opinion. I concede that the response of government could have been swifter. And why we are comparing the situation in Kishtwar with Gujarat? There is no comparison. This comparison has been thrust by BJP on us because they are trying to be holier than thou.
I thought that was Farooq Abdullah speaking in Parliament, sir. Not.
Yes.
1 second. Nirmala Sitharaman.
What is that?
Yes.
Nirmala Sitharaman.
What's that?
He's saying the comparison to Gujarat has been thrust on the national conference by the BJP.
Who's been tweeting, sir? Who's been tweeting? It's your chief minister. I'd rather have him attend to Kishtwar problem than spend time on his Twitter
the tweets were
giving
started.
wrong statistics.
I believe the tweets
and
were started by
please
Sushma
don't push
Swaraj.
everything to BJP.
Tweets were started by Sushma Swaraj.
No.
Yes,
and even there, hold on, Mr. Gentleman, whoever you are.
He had to respond to
Mr. Ratan Puri.
He had to respond to what Sushma ji said.
Ratan Puri ji, aap roke ek minute.
Yes.
Hold on for a minute. If Sushma ji spoke about Indians dying there, it was even then Omar Abdullah ji who started talking about Hindus and Muslims.
That's true.
So the communal angle started coming from there. In fact, Sushma ji replied to the tweet by saying, please, let's talk about Indians.
Now listen to me.
So here are you communalizing, here are you tweeting on Gujarat and then pushing the blame onto BJP. I'm sorry. Please do your homework better and come for the show.
Now listen to me. I have heard you for so many minutes. Hear me for a few seconds. Now hear me. Yes?
Yeah.
It was not Umar Abdullah, it was not government of Jammu and Kashmir, it was not Dr. Farooq Abdullah, it was me first. I did it yesterday on NDTV. I was forced because your government, your party, your Narendra Modi ji, they were creating an impression as if that mayhem has been let loose against a community which you supposed to be. You believe that you are the sole representatives of that community. So I had to take this
Mr. Ratan Puri, who does the Chief Minister represent? Does the Chief Minister represent a community? Why is the Chief Minister dividing the body bags in terms of religions?
No.
Why is he saying one Hindu, two Muslims have died? Why is he saying both sides? Was that a responsible thing to do for the Chief Minister?
He was forced to clear the air. He was forced to clear the air? No, well,
let's get Kamal Farooqi into the debate. Kamal Farooqi.
Creating an atmosphere. Everybody was creating a
perception
as if
Ms. Sitharaman, Mr. Farooqi hasn't spoken. I'm coming back to you. I'm going to Mr. Farooqi now for a minute. I'm going to Mr. Farooqi. Mr. Farooqi, what is the point of raising Gujarat in response to Kishtwar? How constructive is that? How constructive is that, Mr. Farooqi?
In saying that they represent Hindus only.
Mr. Farooqi.
You better, please allow me.
Go ahead.
Yes, you better ask this question first with Mr. Arun Jaitley. Because what actually he has said, he has referred to a particular community. He said a particular community was pushed out of the Kashmir Valley completely. What is the need of saying all this kind of thing? For heaven's sake, why are we playing this game over here? Why can't Arun Jaitley Sahab be a reasonable person? Why is he bringing this two community issues? Ultimately, the Omar Abdullah was forced to bring that. What was the need of it? Number one. Number two is the state government has to run the administration. Yes, there are always inputs by the intelligence forces. They have to take certain decisions. Friday prayer was there. The Juma prayer has to go on. The government has to take I'm not trying to defend Omar Abdullah, but at the same time, please understand that Jammu and Kashmir has a specific, very special issue. And it should not go the way 2008 has been done. And it should not be used the prelude to the election. This is what is being done by BJP. It should not be allowed. And I agree with Sanghvi Saab that every care should be taken. But that does not mean that you would raise the entire communal issue in the entire country. What was the need of Mr. Arun Jaitley to use that it is for
So are you saying here, are you saying here, one second, Nirmala, before I come to you, I want to get Abhishek Singhvi's position on this. Abhishek Singhvi, are you also of the view that raking up one communal riot at a sensitive time like this is a responsible thing to do? Do you feel that is a responsible act? Please don't pass the question. I want you to answer it.
I already answered it last time. I said that obviously two wrongs cannot make a right, and perhaps the Honourable Chief Minister would have been better advised to use a different idiom.
But what about the Honourable Minister Farooq Abdullah, who from the Treasury benches said the same thing?
1 minute. No, but how unfortunate that a party which calls itself a responsible opposition only for 2 or 3 seats in Jammu wants to go within 24 hours and visit there, and then they kick up a ruckus because the administration entirely rightly says no political party irrespective of colour should go there. That's the real issue which nobody is answering. This whole debate starts with that issue.
Absolutely right.
And you must focus on that issue, Arnab, because that is the issue which exacerbates, escalates and conflagrates. Today, you have a communal riot, let us say, forget Kashmir. Kashmir is an extremely sensitive area. Let us say, God forbid, in another part of India, not communally sensitive. I would say that even there, in a place like Madhya Pradesh or Andhra Pradesh, God forbid, you should not go there in the first 48 hours yourself. You should say that we will send the most high-powered delegation we can after 1 week. But we will not go there then.
So then, then tell me, how does the same rule not apply to you? How does the same rule not apply to you? How does the same rule not apply to you, Dr. Singhvi?
Where?
I'll give you an example. If you just have the patience to listen to me, I'll give you an example right now, and then I want you to tell me why the same rule does not apply to you. Because I'm trying to tell you. I'll tell you 1 second.
Sonia Gandhi applied to go to Gujarat.
I am not talking about Sonia Gandhi.
5 days. She never did a ruckus.
But I am not talking about Sonia Gandhi.
She did not create an issue.
I am not talking about Sonia Gandhi, sir. I am not talking. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll give the example to Dr. Singhvi, and then I want a reply from him. 1 minute. Dr. Singhvi, I mentioned Digvijay Singh to you, right? Now, you remember that you had a Congress delegation which in July 2008, on the eve of the Madhya Pradesh elections, was not allowed to leave the Devi Ahilya Devi airport premises by the district administration in Madhya Pradesh because they said that it will not help in restoring normalcy to the city, which was already under curfew since the outbreak of violence 4 days earlier during the VHP Bandh about the revocation of the Amarnath land transfer. So the situation in Indore was very communally tense, Dr. Singhvi, at that point of time. Let me refresh your memory. And now let me tell you, sir, union ministers were part of that delegation. Mr. Narayan Swamy was part of that delegation. Kantilal Bhuria was part of the delegation. Your Madhya Pradesh Congress chief Suresh Pachauri was part of the delegation. Your party's campaign committee Ajay Singh, union ministers were part of that delegation. So the same logic. 1 minute, sir. We agree, let's not politicize things. How do Congress leaders go and politicize things in another state?
Let me answer now, Arnab.
Go ahead.
See, the devil lies in the detail, so does God. Both God and the devil lie in the details.
I just gave you some details.
That particular incident, the delegation, just a minute, the delegation, the one detail did not give. The delegation went days after the incident. Number one, distinction.
Sir, Indore was under curfew.
Very vital.
Indore was under curfew, you know and I know, that's another detail.
Now, Arnab, don't change things now.
I am giving the fact.
They did not go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 1 minute. Please let me complete now. You've given the facts. Now here's some facts. They did not go in the first 24, 48 or 72 hours, I repeat.
Yes.
And you know that I'm right.
No, I gave you those facts myself in my question.
When they were not allowed to go in, they did not create a ruckus in Parliament.
Now let me correct you again. Now let me correct you again. Let me correct you again. You check the facts and call the Congress spokespersons and local leaders and ask yourself whether your leader of the opposition and Congress leader by the name of Jamna Devi did a big sit-in before the Shivraj Singh Chauhan's official residence against the delegation being denied entry. So on all facts, sir, you are not answering my question.
That's a different issue.
What's a different issue, sir? What's a different issue?
After 5-6 days, they went.
Okay.
They were denied.
Anyway, let's go back to Kishtwar.
A PCC president raised the issue. That's pure democracy.
Let's go back to Kishtwar.
What you're seeing today is Mr. Jaitley boards a flight less than 24 hours, 12 hours or 18 hours.
No. Nirmala Sitharaman, you respond. Nirmala Sitharaman, respond to Kamal Farooqui.
There is no analogy.
Respond to Kamal Farooqui. Okay, I take your... Respond to Kamal Farooqui, who said Arun Jaitley started talking about it in religious terms. Arun Jaitley made the first reference to communities, etc. Mr. Kamal Farooqui threw the ball in your court. Respond to him.
That's absolutely untrue. Even on that day. No, that's absolutely untrue. Arnab, just allow me, because everyone has said something or the other against BJP. I need to correct some of the facts. The PDP spokesperson says that it is a problem between two communities. Why bring in Pakistan? Pakistani flags were seen by everybody through the media. What is he trying to cover up for? Is he working for Pakistani interests, or is he talking about
one minute. He wants to respond to you. No, he wants to respond to you.
Sorry, please. I want him to be very clear not to say such a thing. Pakistani flags were seen there. That's one thing. Second.
No, let him respond to that and I'll come back to you. Let him respond to this point. Let him respond to this point and come back to you.
I seem to be waiting to
No, I'll come back to you.
I seem to be waiting
I just want him to respond to point one. That's all.
Me down. Very well.
I want him to respond to point one. I'll come back to you for point two. Yes, I will. I will come to you for point two and three. I just want a response to point one.
One line more. One line more.
Very humbly.
NC and the Congress are in alliance there.
I think that's
they are defending each other. Samajwadi Party is also supportive of the UPA. They are also supportive of... I'll keep quiet if the gentleman wants to keep talking simultaneously. Having said that a Pakistani flag was seen and not being seen by the PDP representative, it's outrageous.
Arnab, I'm so sorry. I thought we'd come here to discuss Jammu and Kashmir and the spilling of blood there and the politics being played by the two major parties. I don't think that's correct. Madam Sitharaman, very respectfully, ma'am, I think, are you forgetting that the BJP legislators who took money, who are now enacting to be as enemies, have actually changed money and voted for each other? There are two elections to prove that point.
You talk about
the Telangana opposition by Umar Abdullah on a tweet.
Talk about Kishtwar.
And the cue taken by the BJP to ask for a greater Jammu. Are they not linked? So isn't this a charade? Aren't they posing as two enemies and actually have joined hands, all aimed at future elections, all aimed at trying to get votes from the communities?
Is there an attempt? You know, we have to ask the broader question.
Local issue.
Yes, Mr. Ratanpuri. Mr. Ratanpuri.
Yes.
Didn't you see the
Ratanpuri, Mr. Ratanpuri.
Please. I have been informed by public representatives that there were no Pakistani flags. We have Islamic flags, green flags with crescent and star. The similar is Pakistani flag. The difference is that the Pakistani flag has 1/4 of it white colored. This is the precedent in Jammu and Kashmir and elsewhere. You know, the mosques have this Islamic flag, green flag with crescent and star. Everywhere in India also, in rest of the India and in Jammu and Kashmir, when people go for prayers, Eid prayers, particularly in the Chenab Valley, they leave their homes in small groups carrying those flags. They have been mistaken for Pakistani flags. Pakistani flag is different by having 1/4 white band.
Okay, fine.
But Islamic flag is just green flag with crescent star.
No,
you can check it. I have been told.
What is the bigger issue? What is the bigger issue? One sec. Kamal Farooqui, I want to go back to you because I don't think that question was answered. The question is of raising Gujarat in the context of Kishtwar. Now, Mr. Kamal Farooqui, I don't know, you're backing Omar Abdullah on raising of Gujarat, and you're also backing Farooq Abdullah on raising of Gujarat, Mr. Farooqui. You are not asking whether Omar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah were both very much part of the NDA BJP-led government in 2002, and Omar Abdullah only did a cosmetic exercise of offering to resign and then happily continued for one more year as a minister. So I don't understand, Mr. Farooqui, why you are so enthusiastically picking up and supporting the raising of Gujarat in the context of what has happened, and whether or not, Mr. Farooqui, you are doing it to also provide a covering fire. Are you doing it, Mr. Farooqui, to provide covering fire for Omar Abdullah's government, which did not heed intelligence warnings, which completely failed to act?
First of all,
First of all, Mr. Arnab Goswami, I never said this what you are saying. Don't put the words into my mouth. I never tried to compare Gujarat and everything. I only raised an issue what Mr. Arun Jaitley has said, and that is on record. You can check your record that he has referred to the communities, a major parties. I am saying only this. Number one. Number two, I have said as a matter to control by the state. Always it is there that the politicians and the religious people are not allowed to visit the site of the communal flare-up. This is a normal thing. If the delegation of BJP is not allowed, don't read too much out of it. Rather, we must give a time to the Chief Minister to control the whole thing. Please understand, Jammu and Kashmir is a very, very sensitive state. Don't try to play with it.
No,
and I'm not trying to compare it with Gujarat at all. I have never said it. Don't put the words into my mouth.
No, then Kamal Farooqi ji, will you condemn Omar Abdullah, the Chief Minister, for having
Mr. Dr. Singhvi coming.
Comparing Gujarat with what is happening in
Dr. Singhvi. No.
Please tell him, will you condemn that?
No, 1 second. I want to go back to Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, I know you have to go. Can I ask you something? 1 second. Dr. Singhvi, you talk about action and inaction. In this particular case, Dr. Singhvi, is it true? Is it true that the centre took more than 10 hours to get the army to step in? That the first incident was reported about 9:30 a.m. on August 9th, and it wasn't until 8 p.m. that the army stepped in? Why was there this big gap?
Look, Arnab, I think it's dangerous to speculate on these things on TV. All of it, what you are saying, is even on your own showing happening in a day. Now, whether it was 4 hours, 6 hours or 8 hours, I think we must wait for a factual inquiry which can be done by a judicial element, a neutral judicial element. Let me ask you, at the most, the army could not have come in less than 6 hours. According to your showing, it took 8 to 9 hours.
Dr. Singhvi,
every administration is entitled and obliged to use the police first. But I am prepared to go to this extent to say that if there was a delay, the operational reason for the delay must be found out. I am not at all running away from that.
Then why do you allow a union minister? No, why do you allow a union minister? Which Congress leader in Parliament? Which Congress leader in Parliament? Dr. Singhvi, which Congress leader in Parliament condemned Farooq Abdullah's comment?
All the political
Name one leader
on your panel. Now, Arnab, please let me first complete my sentence. I'll answer the second question. Don't put your second question while I'm.
I've asked only one.
What you are saying about 8 hours of the army is a far cry from every political party on your panel today saying all of us want to have competitive populism and political expediency, and all of us want to land up within 12 hours into Kishtwar. You answer that. Is that fair? And the administration must exclude us all. Indeed, all of us must say ourselves that we'll go on day 5 and we'll go all over the state, including Kishtwar, but we will not go on day 1, 2 and 3.
Please, Arnab.
That's responsible
in this country of ours, Dr. Singhvi, in this country of ours, I want to ask you, in this country of ours, you say things are dangerous. I want to ask you one thing, Dr. Singhvi. How dangerous is it, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, in your considered opinion? 1 second, Nirmala, let me ask the question. How dangerous is it for Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, in your considered opinion, for a union minister and a chief minister to quote the case of another case of communal riots to defend their own inaction in one case of communal riots? And when your union minister stood up and said that, why did the leader of the house not stop him and say you cannot raise one riot to justify inaction in another? That's politicizing it. Why didn't you?
Arnab, now your question is over. First of all, I have already answered that question twice.
No, you haven't.
You are now repeating it, but I will answer it a third time. Yes, I've said 2 wrongs cannot make a right, and I'm repeating it for the 3rd time on your program. I also said, in case you've forgotten 5 minutes ago, that if I was the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, I might have used a different idiom. But in any event, laxity on Jammu and Kashmir's part to deploy the army cannot be justified on the basis of Gujarat's negligence. Certainly 2 wrongs don't make a right.
A chief minister.
But the point is, what is the context in which this debate has arisen? The context is that you want to go like a bull in a china shop into a smouldering hot cauldron. Is that responsible politics? I'm asking you. Is that responsible politics by any party?
Now she's responding to you. Let her respond. 1 sec. She's objecting to what you said, Dr. Singhvi.
I object to it.
Yeah.
She's objecting, of course.
I objected. Even though it might be an idiom, Dr. Singhvi, please understand what you're trying to talk. I object to your expression because the leader of the opposition in the parliament, in the Rajya Sabha, knows certainly what he's doing, and I do not want a spokesperson of the ruling party, which is in alliance with the National Conference, which has messed up Kishtwar, to hector down to us, saying, Bulina China shop. I'm sorry, a Congress party, ruling party,
have you received an answer? Have you received an answer or have you received digression?
Well, she was responding to you. I can ask her two questions in turn.
Hold on here.
Will you allow me to ask you a question in turn? No, I have a question to ask you. No, Nirmala Sitharaman, I have a serious question to ask. I now have a serious question to ask. You please listen to my question, Ms. Sitharaman. No, one second. One second. Here's a situation.
No. I object to him saying this because the leader of the opposition knows his responsibility. The chief minister, on the contrary,
we can never make
tweeting away without even arresting.
Now, 1 second. Now you hear him back. Dr. Singhvi's response to you. Dr. Singhvi's counter. Please listen to him. Yeah, Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, please. Otherwise, he will not get his turn. Yeah.
Arnav, the only answer you heard is the leader of the opposition is a high post, therefore he is infallible. Because he is the BJP, he is infallible. If he does something wrong, he can't do any wrong. I repeat, no responsible party in this country would go into Jammu and Kashmir, Kishtwar in the first 12 hours. No party would go to make a show of it, and no party would come back and shout about it.
Can I ask you something, Dr. Singhvi? No, Dr. Singhvi and Dr. Singhvi and Abdul Rashid Shaheen. Abdul Rashid Shaheen. 1 minute. Can't to be a two-way debate. Dr. Shaheen, 1 minute. Dr. Abdul Rashid Shaheen and Abhishek Manu Singhvi. I need 1 minute. Nirmala Sitharaman, please 1 minute. Let's get the others in. No, my question is here. My question is this. 1 minute. 1 minute, Nirmala Sitharaman. 1 minute. My question is this, Dr. Shaheen. Miss, of course it's fair. The others are not even speaking, Dr. Miss Sitharaman. Please, it's not fair to the others not to go to them. 1 minute, please. The question is this, Mr. Shaheen.
But allegations are being
yes, allegations are being made all sides. My question is this. Now, we all, contemporary history, Mr. Shaheen knows, and you are a senior leader of the NC. You know that 1 minute, Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, 1 minute, I just want you on. During the Gujarat riots of 2002, during the Gujarat riots of...
Go away without me, because you disrupted me. I want Dr. Singhvi to take a question from me before
Dr. Singhvi, 1 minute. Dr. Singhvi, I think has to go... Okay, 1 minute. No, my question here is this, Mr. Shaheen.
He may go, but I have a feeling he's running away from facing my...
No, I don't think that. But Mr. Shaheen. Mr. Shaheen, my question to you is... Mr. Shaheen, 1 minute. No. You have asked him enough counter questions. 1 minute. Dr. Singhvi, Nirmala Sitharaman is not letting you go without answering a counter question.
After all the very special...
Okay, 1 second. The question is to Mr. Shaheen that during the Gujarat riots of 2002, the army was deployed, we are told, according to reports, a day after the violence began, on the 28th of February.
Yes.
What point are you proving?
Yes.
What point are you proving by quoting Gujarat? That because you did that in Gujarat, don't question us in Kishtwar?
I know.
What kind of logic is that?
Mr. Swami, Mr. Goswami, kindly listen to me, please. I have been listening to this debate. This debate is about who went where and when, which leader was allowed to enter and not to enter. Why Mr. Jaitley was not allowed to enter to escalate the situation there. I will tell you whatever actions have been taken by the government and the Chief Minister, all supporters and the people who wanted peace in this country and who want a communal harmony should have supported us to stabilize the situation. Later on, everybody can come over there and see. I have seen during this whole debate, there is only Gujarat who has done right and who has not done right, but nobody speaks about it. This sensitive state, if something wrong happens in Kishtwar, it can put us in a very hell of situation in Valley also, which we are hardly stabilizing, and we have the enemies next door neighbor, and everybody knows what they are doing on the...
Well, if you are so aware of it...
You people
who is you people? Who is you people? No, who do you mean by you people, Mr. No, who do you mean by you people? I find that a very derogatory comment, Mr. Shaheen. You want us to be part of your government's publicity machinery, Mr. Shaheen? You want us to be part of your publicity machinery?
Talk about the fact. It is a fact that all along this debate you have tried to implicate Chief Minister and
I'm sorry, Mr. Shaheen, if you have a persecution complex on that, your chief minister should come and face the questions.
We have to run this state.
Your chief minister, you know, Mr. Shaheen, Mr. Shaheen,
enemies next door neighbor.
Mr. Shaheen, what action, instead of saying you people to us, let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what action did you take against Syed Ali Shah Gilani?
The situation in Kishtwar.
What action did you take against Syed Ali Shah Gilani? And if you think the situation was so all right there, why did your Home Minister resign? Why did your Home Minister resign?
He is almost in prison after every 2 hours.
Why did your Home Minister resign?
Behind the bars.
What?
But we cannot take the voices of the leaders who are talking about it.
So you consider, so Mr. Gilani, you will not take, so Mr. Shaheen, you will not take any action against Syed Ali Shah Gilani. You will not take any action against Shabir Shah, who puts up posters of Kasaf. You will not take any action against Yasin Malik.
My dear sir,
and if only you could.
Only one day in the air when action is not being taken against them. I don't defend.
Well, in that case, you should ask. You should check. You should check the statements that they were making, because I can prove to you. I can prove to you that Syed Ali Shah Gilani was making the most communal statements, and I want to know, was there one statement from Omar Abdullah? Was there one statement from Omar Abdullah taking on Syed Ali Shah Gilani?
The factors who want to trifurcate the state on the basis of
was there one comment? Was there one comment from Omar Abdullah? Do you want to listen, Mr. Shaheen? You want to listen? You want to listen, or do you want to be one way?
Yes.
Because I can't speak over you all the time, right?
Yes, please.
I just one question, right?
Okay,
tell me one statement, one comment in the last 48 hours, one comment that Omar Abdullah made against Yasin Malik,
what comment?
Shabir Shah, or Syed Ali Shah Gilani. One comment.
Yes, sir. When you talk about my chief minister,
one comment.
Say that he
answer the question. Don't get personal. Answer the question. Was there one comment? Was there one comment? Was there one comment? Was there one comment?
Yes.
Was there one comment? Was there one comment?
Will you please listen to me now?
Would you like to have my reaction?
No. Was there one comment against these three?
If he would pass a comment and first of all try to face them, you would say that he has forgotten Kishtwar.
Certainly not. Certainly not. Don't try and blame the media for everything, Mr. Shaheen. That's not right.
Let me ask one question to you.
Don't blame the media for everything. It's very convenient.
I will humbly request the political parties who are discussing things, who has done what and when. I will request them kindly support this state administration to stabilize.
Now I have 30 seconds on this discussion.
No criminal things should happen.
One question to Mr. Shaheen. Arnab, let me ask him. Mr. Shaheen said that you can't rush to Kishtwar, wait till we sort the problem out, then you can come and see. I want to ask him, 23 years the Kashmiri Pandits have been waiting to sort that problem there. Why hasn't he solved that? Why can't the Pandits go back? So that is what is going to happen also about Kishtwar. We are afraid.
Well, you know, Nirmala Sitharaman, one thing I'd like to tell you. Nirmala Sitharaman, one sec. Nirmala Sitharaman, one thing. Nirmala Sitharaman, Miss Nirmala Sitharaman.
I'm not speaking.
And this is again the thing.
One sec. Mr. Shaheen, can I just say one thing? I think Miss Nirmala Sitharaman, at the end of the day, it's also important to consider. You can raise the issue. I don't think it is good to just play in troubled waters. That's not good either. And we'll follow this story because there's already a lot of communal tension here, and playing in troubled waters is as bad as not acting. We'll follow the story. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.